This is Kratos' Leviathan Axe, the legendary weapon from God of War, brought to life through 3D printing. It's all makeshift and DIY, and this video serves as a tutorial where I'll do my best to walk you through how I created it and how you can too. So grab a notebook and a pen to take notes, or just sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comments, along with ideas for what I should make next. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's roll the intro. Before we jump in, I just want to let you know that these are old videos that I'm re-uploading. Moving forward, the quality will be much better, so stay tuned. Also, if you're into airsoft content and guides, make sure to check out my main channel, Bad in the Army. Now let's dive into the video. I printed all the smaller parts using liquid resin on a SLA printer. Resin is strong, durable, and has barely any layer lines, making it perfect for small prints. For bigger parts, like the rest of the axe, I used a regular 3D printer and printed in PLA. To get everything smooth and polished, I started sanding with a 60 grit sandpaper and worked my way up to 120, 220, and finally 320. You can see that most of the layer lines have disappeared. This part printed a little better and has fewer layer lines, so I decided to try a new tool, a wire brush, to get into crevices where sandpaper couldn't reach. You can already see the difference in print quality. It's much smoother and more refined. The handle has some noticeable layer shifts and print lines due to my old printer, so it's gonna need extra work. I hit everything with a few coats of primer and sanded again with 320 grit paper. To hold the handle parts together, I used a pencil as support and applied glue on the inside. If you have any suggestions for the best glue to use on 3D printed parts, let me know. I could really use some advice. Next, I merged the handle using a soldering iron to ensure the parts bond together as one solid piece. Since it looked rough, I applied sanding putty and went through another round of sanding with 220 grit. Then I did a wet sand with 400 grit paper and gave everything a couple of coats of brown before attaching the rest of the handle. For the resin parts, I primed them but decided not to sand them at all, to see how they would hold up. I started off with 2 coats of silver, making sure everything was covered nice and even. Then I hit those key spots with some gold paint before piecing it all together. Next, I carefully glued all the pieces together and had to make sure everything fit perfectly. After that, it was time to get creative. I grabbed my brush and started hand painting all the little details to bring it to life. With the assembly complete, I painted all the engravings in gold to really make them pop. For one of my first projects, this axe doesn't look too bad. But in the future, I'm aiming for a cleaner finish with no layer lines at all. Back when I made this video, I was still pretty new to the whole process, learning as I went. To give the axe a more rugged, metallic feel, I applied some graphite powder. This helped roughen up the surface and add a bit of realism. I also gave the gold parts a silver wash, and I kept layering the graphite powder over it until it looked metallic. For a cool final touch, I painted one side of the axe to look like it was charging up with frost. I started with a base coat of white, followed by light blue, and then finished with ice blue to get the glowing effect. After that, I glued on all the runes and the axe was complete. As I mentioned earlier, this was one of my first projects, and while I've come a long way since then, it's still nice to see where I began and see how much I've learned along the way. From here on out, my goal is to keep improving, refining the process, and making them better every time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more builds, and I'll see you in the next video.